Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we found a unique stay in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, and later in the show, we found a use for that red dirt. Finally, I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
So we did a little, running around together over the weekend.
We did. We don't do that very often.
We don't. It's very rare that you and I are in the same, with the exception of Wednesdays, we're rarely in the same orbit with each other.
It's difficult. You have an unusual schedule,
yes,
and I
do.
have a very cookie-cutter banker's hour schedule.
Well, no, because you do have banker's hours, but you also have softball dad hours.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever Connor's getting into, you've got teenage activity schedule interspersed with having a reasonable, for a guy that has banker's hours, yeah. But yeah, I would say the fair assumption that my schedule, it's like we literally we had a mission, we had a window, a small window to go down there and take care of beeswax. Didn't buy any beeswax, but we took care of beeswax and hauled ass back home. But it's always a good time down there.
It is. They've got a lot going.
There's so much.
Dude, I'm shocked every time I come. I go to Medicine Park. I try not to travel the same route.
Yeah, I came in through the back way last time, kind of when you come down into, it's the first entrance where you're kind of driving through and all the cabins and the houses are kind of on the back side, closest to the mountain.
Right.
I came in that way, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's normally not the way I come in. And you just look around, and it's almost like you feel like a proud papa.
From when we first did a show that touched down in Medicine Park, which is 7, 8, 9 years ago.
And I know every time we mention Medicine Park, we talk about the rising phoenix that is Medicine Park. But you almost can't help it. It blows my mind.
Yeah, but I came in a different way than I did the last time, and there were 3 or 4 new businesses that I didn't recognize from the last. My son, by the way, thinks that I'm paranoid and, that I'm trying to evade the CIA because he's like, why'd you go this way? I'm always trying to find those new places, the little hidden gems, so I'm always trying to take a different route. And I just thought it was funny that he's like, what, are we running from somebody, Dad? Why are we going this way?
Right. Like, I've started, I take my kids to school on the highway because 35 to 240 to Sunny Lane is quicker, but really it's not. So I'm going to start taking 12th Street. I'm just telling everybody my route in the morning. Come find me, come follow me. 12th Street, go down to Sunny Lane and up. The kids like to look out the windows. I like to kind of have, it's a little bit more or less like white knuckle, like cut off and getting ran over and stuff.
I'm telling people to follow us on YouTube, and you're like,
hey, no, don't follow us on YouTube. Follow us on 12th Street.
Follow me to daycare. Let's go.
Let me show you where my kids are. Here's the code to the door. Hey, man, at this point, follow me anywhere with good intention.
Well, we did have a good time. We got some bomb food. If you haven't seen the videos,
yeah, you got to watch them.
Heritage Farm and Ranch
Market / Willow Beverage Company.
Dude, it's ridiculously good.
It's good. But here's the thing. I feel like we're underselling it.
We are.
And people say, well, there's so much more in Medicine Park. We know.
Yeah.
Trust us. We've been stalking Medicine Park for quite some time.
100%. Yeah, I don't know of any business in Medicine Park that we haven't stomped in and out of their door 10 times by now.
Right. With some type of a recording device. But if you want to make a movie, go to Medicine Park. If you want to watch a movie, there's no better way than to drive in. There's really not.
So, dude, I know we just did a Sapulpa episode. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't.
There's some people in Claremore right now that are stomping their feet.
Oh, yeah.
And cursing our names because we haven't done a Claremore show in a minute. But I stumbled across a really interesting, I don't even know how to explain it.
Well, and that's the thing. If it's interesting, I'm sorry, we're going to double back. And I don't think I've heard of an Airbnb. Who hasn't at this stage of the game? If you haven't heard of, you can get an Airbnb in Chickasha, Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're a dime a dozen.
They're a dime a dozen, but
I'm telling you, let's just start off with the TP Drive-In in Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
oh god, yeah,
It is beautiful.
and we're not just saying that. It is beautiful.
Aesthetically pleasing. It's very rare that you find a historic outdoor activity that
It's well maintained.
50 years later looks better than it did the first day it was installed.
But at the same time, it looks like Lightning McQueen is going to come pulling out of the parking lot. It looks like something off of Cars.
It really does.
It's just, if I can say one thing, we talk about it all the time, and we'll get back to it. If you have something like that and you're not, we talked about signs earlier, driving by, even burger joints. Slap the neon back up there. Put a fresh coat of paint.
Do they have a giant neon sign? It's right there on Route 66. I'm telling you,
Oh, it's gorgeous.
if you're within an hour of Sapulpa, this needs to be your new weekend getaway.
Oh, for sure.
So, as far as the drive-in portion is concerned, great time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's got a real nostalgia feel. Their concession stand is that an Airstream?
yeah, it's an Airstream, like a 1950s, like a Spartan trailer or something like that.
It's gorgeous. It's chromed out. It looks like something off of a 1950s movie
Oh,
set.
absolutely.
But, and again, go there, watch the movies. But if you want to take it a step further, if you want to up your game, they have beautifully restored 1950 Spartan trailers that were built in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Oh, come on.
that you can stay the night in. You get a movie, you get to watch the movie,
Yeah.
and then when everybody else is gone, you get to go into your
Bungalow. basically.
bungalow
Yeah.
right there on the spot. And I can't think of a more unique stay.
If you, and especially if you are a cinephile, if you're into nostalgia, listen, folks, the facts are this. There are 400 operational drive-ins in the United States. 7 of them are in Oklahoma. I am not casting any shade at the drive-in industry, but none of those can you rent your own personal bungalow on site.
Okay, I can't guarantee that of the other 399 drive-ins that there's not some sort of Airbnb.
I'm talking about here.
But right here, I think it's, for starters, again, you've got all the nostalgia, but it also has all the modern amenities. So it's a comfortable stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are some stays that we've talked about before
Oh, yeah.
where it was a little on the Spartan side, and I'm not talking about a Spartan trailer. I'm talking about where
Like,
you're kind of roughing
You're
it.
roughing it. Yeah.
This is not that. You've got queen size bed, private full bathroom, kitchenette, living area. The trailers are air conditioned, good air conditioning.
Yes.
They've got Wi-Fi available on site. Everything that you need for a great stay.
I would stay here in a New York second or a Sapulpa half a minute.
But you could literally, when it comes to drive-ins, I'm not a huge fan of sitting in my, like, I can't ever get comfortable in
Yeah,
my vehicle.
I can see that.
Like the air conditioner's too loud, or it's too cold, or it's too hot, or it's too muggy. So I end up sitting outside when I watch, which isn't bad most of the time, but Oklahoma weather, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's just too hot to sit outside. So then you're kind of forced to, but this, you've got your picnic area right in front of your trailer where you can sit out. You can watch it from the comfort of your front yard, watch the movie. You can go inside and watch the movie. Their speakers are all set up to play the sound in the trailer from the movie. So it's plug and play.
Yeah. Have you seen the insides of these?
They're gorgeous.
They're freaking gorgeous. And you know how you could easily go, okay, we're going to have that old patina on the outside. On the inside, we're going to kind of keep it as modern as we can. But the colors pop. They have kind of a retro-y, a modern, I don't know what you call it, a retro mod looking refrigerator. The microwave even looks like it's straight out of the 1950s. I mean, dude, I always say this, but sign me up. They're booked solid.
Oh yeah, we're talking about this, but literally, if you want to do this, you're probably looking at next year.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of glancing myself. I was like, this is right up my alley. Let me check it out. August, booked solid. Yeah, I'm going to do this stuff. I am going to find a way to do this. She will love me forever.
But as far as the drive-in itself, this is a great deal, dude. They have on Wednesdays, they $10 carload Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
As many people as you can fit in your car can watch the movies for a total of $10.
That's not bad, man.
No, it's a great deal. What are 2 tickets on a Wednesday night to the Warren?
$32.
Okay, so $64 for you to watch 2 movies.
Well, it's $16 a piece, but yeah. Plus, we'll go $60 plus. Yeah, we'll go 30 plus concessions. So you're in for
not
60.
even. You're still going to buy concessions at the TP. So $60 for you to watch 2 movies with your woman.
Yeah,
dude, you, the kids, and everybody else you can squeeze in there for $10.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's drive-ins. Yeah, I'll be honest. So I'm kind of a movie snob, movie buff. So I typically kind of nitpick with drive-ins. There's certain movies I just prefer not to watch in a drive-in. I love drive-ins.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like the most about a drive-in is I don't go for the quality of the sound. I don't.
Oh no,
because it really determines the quality of the sound of your car anymore. It used to be you had the speaker that you had to park next to. You mounted it on your window, and everything sounded like an AM radio. But I like there's just an energy in the air and the sounds and the popcorn and there's nothing that even the movie theater experience is not like it was 10 years ago.
Right.
But there's something about a drive-in that immediately transports you back in time.
It does. I mean, it kind of automatically sends you back to your childhood.
Or your grandparents' childhood, for crying out loud.
Well, I mean, from our own experience, going to the drive-in was always a fun experience when you were a little kid. As an adult, when I go to the drive-in, it's almost exclusively because I want my kids to have that experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, let's be real. I've got a 6 billion square foot television in my living room.
Same.
That I can stream any movie that anybody could even imagine right now.
Yeah, and there's and I don't mean to get too far off here, but there's an advantage to that, but there's a distinct disadvantage. It's too easy.
It is too easy, and it's not an experience.
It's not an experience.
It's the same thing that you watch dishwashing detergent commercials on.
It's not the same.
It's just not.
Even when we watched TV as a kid and we watched the dishwashing commercials, it's different now. Yeah, it's different.
It hits different.
But different.
If you're talking about sound quality, picture quality, I've got it all.
Yeah,
right here.
Uh-huh.
So when I go to the movies or I go to a drive-in, I'm really doing it for the experience and for my kids to have that experience.
Absolutely.
Speaking of kids, they do have a great concession stand, but there are some non-kid-friendly items on the menu. You can get some adult beverages at the movie theater or at the drive-in, which is definitely not something that happened when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, parents brought that stuff on their own.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you snuck it in. And you poured it in your cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that if you are a movie fan, you've got to do this.
Yeah, I think it's really kind of geared towards you kind of have to A, not mind staying in an old camper. B,
but dude, you can't call that an old camper.
You're right.
It's a 1950s camper, but it looks like a bougie hotel room.
It does. It really does.
So calling it an old camper doesn't. You may as well sleep in the yard. No, it's not. That's not the thing. This is, dude. If you have a family member that you bring to town on a regular basis, that comes to visit, and you're looking for a special gift for them. Dude, this is it. If you have a family member that loves movies,
you couldn't give them a better gift than that.
I don't think so.
Honestly. And again, it's something I want to. I don't know. We could look around, but to me, I feel like This is as uniquely Oklahoma as you can get as an Americana thing you can do is stay at a 1950s camper at a 1950s drive-in
on Route 66 with a neon sign so big you can see it from space.
For $19.50 a night. I'm kidding, it's not.
It's definitely not.
It's not $19.50, but for the price, I think it's like $1.89 a night.
Yeah,
that's not bad, man.
It's not. Again, for an experience, it is definitely not bad.
No,
and obviously, as popular as this is, the fact that you can't find an open night in the next couple of months,
for real. I looked.
I'm gonna have to say it's a good deal.
Like, literally, if you want something decent, it's after the first of the year. I looked. I mean, there are a couple of days scattered in here and there, and I don't know if they're just not booked because they have blackout dates, but hey, that's a good problem to have.
And honestly, worth every penny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But if you want more information on the drive-in or staying at the drive-in, check out their website, tpdrivein.com. We'll include a link in the show notes.
Well, coming up next, you better check your cabinets for the Francoma cups. You might be hanging on to a $800 bill.
Today's show is brought to you by Friends of Nakoma Park.
They're our friends.
They are our friends, and they want to be your friends.
Right.
They're a local nonprofit working to raise funds for a community park project in Nakoma Park. I hate calling it a community park project.
I hate it too because, listen, they're already working on a 60-plus acre park that's literally going to be I don't want to say community park.
It's too big and too all-encompassing to call a community park, but it's going to have the CNP soccer club, walking trails, a splash park, a dog park, pavilions, and it's going to be a place for them to hold large festivals right there in Nakoma Park.
Yes, and speaking of activities and festivals, they've got one coming up. It's their biggest event of the year that's coming up. The Bites of EOC is coming up October the 6th.
Yeah, this is their big fundraising drive.
It's a biggie.
You and I are going to be there.
Yes.
So if you have always wanted to meet your favorite podcasters.
Yeah. For a small, very nominal fee. We're not allowed to take pictures for anything less than a $10 bill. Because it steals your soul. It steals your soul. And if I'm going to sell my soul, it's $10.
But Sunday, October 6th from 2 to 4 at the Cobblestone Wedding Chapel and Event Center on Myers Circle in Nakoma Park. We're going to be there. We're going to be trying some local food.
Listen, speaking of $10, for $10,
you get to try it all.
Try it all. Can you go through a couple times? Can I go through and like turn my head and go in for seconds for the same $10?
You start off, go through the whole line, then you walk back to the beginning and put on a ball cap and do it again.
Or I take all my kids. We could take all of our kids and just have this money train come through. I said 2 egg roll. Dang it. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's simple. We're going to add a link in the show notes, but
find them on Facebook, Friends of Nakoma Park.
Now, chances are likely, and I've talked to people our age, and it's kind of hit and miss on who knows what Francoma is. But if you ask my mom, who's a thrift store fanatic, she'll tell you who Francoma is.
Francoma Pottery, I had no idea. This was started in 1933 by John and Grace Frank, and they were originally known for their dinnerware and their Christmas plates, but the pottery is made from the red clay found at Sugarloaf Hill in Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
So you're telling me that for 40 years now, you're telling me that this whole time when my white socks and my white tank tops were getting ruined by red dirt, I could have been making pottery? No way.
It's funny. My kids get on to me about my black shoes. I will not buy. I have a single pair of Converse Chucks that are all white. I didn't buy them. They were a gift. I wear them on special occasions when my feet aren't going to touch Oklahoma dirt. Other than that, all of the soles of all of my shoes are black or brown.
I love white shoes. I don't like black shoes, and I pay for it dearly.
Dude, it's impossible to clean
It's
that.
impossible.
But these guys figured it out. They found the
Freaking Konami code.
Konami code.
Yeah.
But if you are out and about anywhere in Oklahoma and you run across some pottery that has a wagon wheel design and blue and green colors,
Buy it.
dude, this stuff goes, it's crazy
It's
how much some of this
crazy.
goes for.
It's nutty.
Like, if you can find some of their old pitchers and jugs, they range from like $40 to $60. That's not that big of a deal, $40 to $60. But if you run across their Ford Nixon era cups with the Ford Nixon logo on them, these things sell for as much as $800 a piece.
That's a week at the TP Drive-In. $800.
yeah.
You could live there for a week for the price of a Frank Homan Nixon, a Nixon coffee cup. That's nuts.
Dude, I think it's.
I collect coffee cups, and none of them are worth that damn much.
But they're still doing it today.
Yeah.
You can find their pottery today. They still make it at frankomapottery.com. I'm thinking if you want some Trump Harris cups that in a few years,
yeah,
they might be worth something.
don't start that. Don't start it, man. That's too sensitive. That's too close.
Is it? Maybe a Stitt cup.
Ooh.
I think that's probably just as
No, I think
just
a
as
Matt.
controversial.
I think a Matt Pinnell. We need a Matt Pinnell Francoma cup.
I think, honestly, Matt Pinnell is the only politician that I could wholeheartly endorse for any office.
But here's the thing: he can't have his own cup. He doesn't have time to take a drink. He drinks he does IV liquids.
I think that people have to throw water at him like he's running a marathon.
The dude
Like he
doesn't
even hit his mouth. He just like flying by and grabs water on the table and splashes his face, and that's the only hydration that he gets in a day.
I think he literally, any pictures you see of him have been slowed down because he's like the Flash. You have to have a trained eye to capture a Matt Pinnell in the wild.
Speaking of Matt Pinnell,
What?
he did throw us some feedback the other day.
Yeah.
He is making sure that we're invited to a grand opening.
It's about time, Matt.
I'm all for that, but we have some other feedback that I kind of feel like you need to hear.
Oh, no. God, I can't take it, man. I got a long drive home, dude. There's too many guardrails to drive over.
So, you recently did a video for Redbone Indian Tacos.
Oh, boy.
And there was a little bit of flack on the internet about, you did a video about Redbone Indian Tacos that did not include
The taco.
a Redbone Indian taco.
It included the key ingredient, Indian fry bread.
Yes, but it wasn't.
I know what comment you're talking about. I have a feeling. Go for it.
No. Moxie Roxy on Instagram said, you look paranoid like you're about to get raided by the cops.
Oh, Moxie Roxy. I think that name sounds familiar.
I'm in agreement with Moxie Roxy. You do look like it's some sort of drug deal.
I am. But if you watch all my videos, it looks like I'm smelling the drugs in the bag. Hey, there are people out there that happen to like when I look like I'm paranoid and I'm engaging in a drug deal.
There are weird people all over the world. That doesn't mean that it needs to be instituted in every activity that we do on the show.
Listen, food is drugs. So yeah, I am engaging in a drug deal, but I've paid for the said paraphernalia. Okay? Have you not had Redbone Indian Taco fry bread?
We've had it.
Jeez, it's a pillow of
I'll tell you the
crack. It's a crack pillow.
The only thing that I have not had from Redbone Indian Tacos that to this day still bugs me.
The Sasquatch burger?
Yes.
Yeah, that Sasquatch burger.
It's elusive.
I think it's on purpose.
She's got me driving all over the damn state trying to be first in line to get.
They just need to change the name to the blurry burger.
People talk about it, but I've never seen a picture where I could see it.
Well, I hear it's an interdimensional traveler that can read your mind. Oh, no. Not you again.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure that exists, just like my opinion on Bigfoot. I'm not 100% sure he exists.
But speaking of Redbone Indian Tacos, there's going to be some big announcements coming in the next couple of months that I think finally...
Is this an Only in OK exclusive?
This will be an Only in OK exclusive.
Are you spoiling it right now?
I'm not spoiling
no
anything.
Spoiler alert.
I will say...
has been averted.
If you're trying to track down Redbone Indian Taco, it won't be difficult.
Well, no matter where you find Redbone Indian Tacos or anything else that we talk about on this show,
Yeah.
let them know. If you ever get one of those squash burgers from Redbone, tell them that you heard about it here on the Only in OK show.
Bug the shit out of them, man. Make them make it. Bring your own beef. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you exactly what to do. Go to Heritage Farm and Ranch.
Oh, you're a genius.
Pick up some beef, some grass-fed quarter-pound patties.
Take them right over to the Redbone Indian Tacos
Because I'll
truck.
tell you, I know where I'm not going to give it away, but Redbone Indian Tacos base camp's not far from there.
No, they're not at all.
But
put this on the grill and give me some fry bread around it.
I think I just created a marriage made in heaven. Heritage Farms crossover.
Redbone Indian Taco Squatch Burger.
I'm doing the Doctor Strange dimension portal hands right now and bringing them together, and they're doing like a knuckle bump and
yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah. So
but anyway, no matter where you go, if you heard about it here, tell them that we sent you.
Yes. You don't get a discount.
You don't.
You don't.
But we get extra love.
We do. And if you love us, tell everyone about it. We're everywhere. We are the Only in OK show. New episodes, new content, new breakfast foods. I don't know what else. We do it all.
New hotness.
New
every
hotness.
week.
Yes, we're dropping. We've got the drip. We got the Riz.
We
right?
do. This has been the Only in OK show. I'm Harley.
I'm Brett.
And we're out of here. Peace.
I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. From my back porch you can see the sea. I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. You buy that, they're gonna go and engage for free. The TP Drive-In's proud to present the Only in OK show live. One night only. Your mama. What are we talking about? What'd you do over the weekend? Oh, I did too. Let's co-host. The co-host with the most, baby. Hey, come on down. Hold your friends. Fun at parties. So he improvised that whole scene.
I did not.
And now you know the rest of the song. That's another Okie. I can't remember. But he's like, Harley was a podcast, and he liked to eat meat. And one day,
Who was that?
Paul Harvey.
Yeah, Paul Harvey. He was from Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
You know what's funny? We don't think about how many people are from Oklahoma, but there was Hollywood studios in Oklahoma in the 40s and 50s.
Really?
I think they were they may have been Oklahoma City, it might have been Tulsa, but I mean, a lot of people have come out of Oklahoma that you're like, they were from Oklahoma? When you look at the list, there's some that you go, okay, they were here 5 minutes. It doesn't count you as an Okie. Brad Pitt, I love you to death. Your family, you had some family that lived here, but you were here for a year tops, maybe, and you moved. I'm sorry they keep telling you're from Missouri, technically, and then you moved to Louisiana, whatever. Well, there's a lot of celebrities that were born and raised here that you don't even think about. That, like, what's her name? I can't think of her name. But she played Blanche Devereaux on Golden Girls. Okie. Did you know Tito Jackson lives in Oklahoma now?
I did not. Is he officially an Oklahoman?
Yes, and he lives in Claremore.
Really?
Yeah. Wanted to buy farm. I mean, here's the thing, man. A lot of people are moving to Texas. Oklahoma's not a bad place to come and put roots in.
No, it definitely is not.
I can't think of her name. I keep blanking on names, but she was on The Middle. She was on I Love Raymond, the wife on there. She's got a little farm here in Oklahoma. A lot of people come here to get away from everything. I'm trying to get out of here to get away from everything. Oh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, can you imagine Andrew Dice Clay in the 1930s. Hickory dickory dock. This guy was cleaning my clock because everyone had a clock back then. The clock struck 2. I said, how much I owe you? And he says, hey, forget about it. You're obsessed. Let me know.
I am ready.
Oh, man, take a drink, man, and I'm feeling good. Oh, yeah. Ready to podcast. Oh, yeah, baby.
3, 2, 1. What's this? You ever want to stay out? Is that for me?
No.
3, 2, 1. Can I?
You're putting me to sleep,
Well,
bro.
can I officially start now? 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. Today we found a unique stay in Sapulpa. Sapulpa. I have to say it like that. It's an inside joke. 3, 2, 1.